Hello, and welcome to the Let's Get Real with Jill show. I am Jill Van Dusen, your host of the Let's Get Real with Jill show, and I appreciate you joining today. And this is going to be part two of embracing self care and God's purpose for your life. All right, you guys, so tune in. Last week when we spoke, we were shifting from a to do list to a purposeful list. Because how many of you woke up with a long list of your tasks of, remember, this is my personal to-do list to do. It's 2 pages. Though I should be more focused on my purposeful list, all right? So we're going to talk about those moving from a to-do and going to intention, because to-dos are tasks, purposeful is intention. So today's episode, we're going to talk about execution and taking action. And I really want you guys to listen in, because if you are breathing today, God gave you life today on this earth because you are important, you are worthy, and you are here for His purpose. Not yours, not anybody else's, but His purpose today. So, how are we going to get there? So, last week we kind of talked about being worthy of fulfilling your purpose, but you're living your busyness life. So today I'm going to talk about execution, actions, tools, and resources that can help you there. So you guys take out your notes, take out your journal. Let's go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for listening, because I want to help and make a difference for your life. So, one thing that I do want to talk about as we are shifting, and some of the tools and resources as we're going through this, and you guys feel free to share this. Think about one thing here, and this is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope. All right, you guys, that is a big deal. So no matter what you're going through today, remember, tape it, post it, wherever you want. Jeremiah 29:11. All right, so let's get real. Thank you so much for joining today. And I want to ask you this question. My challenge to you is, and feel free to put anything in the comments section. How many of you woke up this morning, maybe before your alarm, maybe when your alarm hit, and the first thing you did within 30 seconds of waking up is you looked at your phone? All right? Don't look at your phone, because once you're distracted, that creates distractions all day long. So what I want you to do is we're going to talk about the execution and tools. And that's the first one that I challenge you. I dare you tomorrow morning when you wake up, do not look at your phone. All right, so today we're going to talk about creating a purposeful list versus a to-do list and what the difference is. We're going to talk about why just 15 minutes a day, there's 24 hours in a day, just 15 minutes a day, how we can shift your mindset and bring clarity so that you can live a purposeful life. Exercise. We're going to have an exercise of self-discovery questions. So make sure you guys have your notes available, because these will start bringing in some thoughts for you to think about that might be resonating with you. Also, I want to encourage you, please, after we go through this, have your kids listen to this. Do an exercise together as a family. Do this with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your fiance. Do this with your spouse. Do this with a family member, because we want to help each other, and do this with a friend to help them live their God-given purpose. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to have a set of questions to identify what's blocking you from your purpose. Through self-discovery, resources, and tools that I'm actually going to share with you has helped me so identify what has blocked me from God's purpose, because I also know that what I'm doing to here can be even more so because of the God-given talents that He has given me, and my own battlefield within my mind. That's a quote from Joyce Myers, that has really pushed me, has not let me move forward with his purpose because of all the distractions and the battlefield within my mind. So we're going to have some of those self-discovery things, and then a final challenge to help you take action immediately. All right, so as we are going through this, think about waking up a little bit earlier tomorrow. And I really want you, as we're going through these questions, because tomorrow what I want you to do is wake up 15 minutes earlier. I challenge you tonight and I dare you tonight to go to bed 15 minutes earlier as well. If you go to bed earlier, there's no reason why you can't wake up earlier for yourself. Just 15 minutes. There's 24 hours in a day, just 15. And I also want you to identify one limited belief and create a challenge for that day of that limited belief of that can help you, because you guys, this is all about you. And then I want you to take one action this week that aligns with your purpose. That is not busyness, that is not task oriented, but something more purposeful. All right, so just to explain again and reiterate, you have a to-do list. How many of you, show of hands, put a to-do list together? Got to go grocery shopping, laundry, have to go to the UPS store. I need to go to Whole Foods and return my Amazon. Oh, I got to order this on Amazon. Oh, I got to talk to Alexa to add something to my shopping list. Oh, I need to send a birthday card. Oh, I need to go buy a gift. Oh my God, somebody's friend died or parent died. I need to send them something. I need to send flowers. That is task oriented. All right. So that is a to-do list about task. And sometimes we just really like, oh, boom, 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 boom. And we got all those tasks done. But were they purposeful? Were they purposeful for your purpose? It's not to say that we don't have to do those things. We do. Though I really want you to focus not so much on your task list. I really want you to change and work on focusing on your purposeful list. And a lot of you are like, I don't have a purposeful list. Well, who does? Because we're so involved in our to-do list, we are not creating that purposeful list. So that's challenge number 1. Tonight before you go to bed, take 15 minutes, no kids, no cell phone, just either a journal, your to-do pad, and make it purposeful list. And I want you to stay away from your distractions of a to-do and work on purposeful. You're like, well, I don't know what to put on there. Well, this is going to help you today on getting to your purposeful list. All right, because purposeful list is about intentions. It is focused on who you want to become. And you have created a situation of your choice of not becoming this. You have a choice today for 15 minutes. And I promise you can do this. This is the start. Just start. This doesn't mean that tomorrow you are going to wake up being that famous book author that you wanted to, because you haven't started chapter 1 and it's all in your head right now. So this is to get you from here to there, and tools and resources to help. All right, so why just 15 minutes a day can shift your mindset and bring clarity? Because this is about you. Just 15 minutes of really focusing on breathing, bringing intention into your life so that your mind can be clear, and that outward you can be clear. And if this is all good, you helping others, you going into the Costco parking lot that people are crazy, also creates patience. All right. So we just want to give 15 minutes to clear your mind. And think about this. When I wake up, my first thing I do not look at my phone at all. And my goal is every day to be purposeful with God and my journaling and just taking in what I need to do so that I can be purposeful outward and be kind to others. So here's what Psalm 46:10, write this down. Be still and know that I am God. So that's what God wants from you. He just wants you to be still and listen to him. Because throughout the day, you're listening to the distractions. And do you know some of the things that you face today, some of the issues that you face, some of the opportunities that you face, or conversations with people, that because you're really not paying attention to them, that you might be thinking of the next thing that you need to do, those actually can be things that are brought in from God to you. And because you are so busy, you got to get through those tasks that you're not really being present to listen to God's word. Because a lot of times God's word is right there for you and wants you to take a certain direction and you don't. And even though He's planted all of that in front of you, because you're too distracted with your mind, with your battlefield up here, and your to-do list. How many of you is that you? How many of you was that you? And tell us and share the resources, the things that you do to create more a purposeful you. I know, you guys, there are so many people that are stuck out there. I do know that. And if you're not, please share with us, because we definitely go through roller coaster rides. We're feeling super good, all is awesome, and then we get stuck. All right, so 15 minutes a day, some suggestions: pray and listen. And remember, God is talking to you in every circumstance throughout the day. Journal what's on your heart. What's on your heart today? Write down one thing that you are grateful for. Just one. And I know when I woke up today, I was grateful for waking up, and I was grateful to have an amazing son. Those were my two very precious things immediately that I'm grateful for. And then ask God to show you His purpose for the day versus us creating our own. 15 minutes, just focus on those couple of things, and I promise you that can help change your life, because if you really focus on it for those 15 minutes, bring it forward to your day, you will begin to have a change. This is a habit. Let me ask you this. If I said, you know what, I need you to go run 2 miles, that's really tough. But a habit of waking up 15 minutes sooner a day to focus on you, that's not that big of a deal. That's kind of easy if you think about it, but that's up to you. That is a choice. So that is a start. So then it's creating a, now this is the other thing that I want you to do. And you can do this in the 15 minutes. You can take a little bit more time, but I want you to take any of these questions and ask yourself, because if you really want to be different than you are today, I'm not saying you don't have to be, but usually no matter what age, and no, because we want to grow through circumstances, and I just want to be a better person for everybody. And I know there's things that I need to dive into and change. That this is not to say that you're not a great person or anything. This is to show, just take what you have, your values, and enhance them so that you in turn can even be better out there for your children, for the teachers, for the people that you run into in the Starbucks line, because you are worthy and you can make a difference. And a lot of people are living their day-to-day life not being purposeful and going, I don't like my job, I don't like my life, I don't like my relationship. Well, let me help you have some resources to guide you through these things so that you can dig deep and live that purposeful life. I know that God, throughout the years, has transformed me into living a career that I was meant to live, and now has brought me to the Get Real with Jill show with the talents that He has given me to be more purposeful, to be out there, because I so want to give back. And I'm not shy. If I was shy and intimidated, then I probably wouldn't be doing this show. All right, so here is an exercise. These are self-discovery questions. So I dare you to jot a few down and start thinking about this. I dare you to do this for you, because I want you to uncover your God-given gifts. All right, number 1, what activities make you feel most alive and fulfilled? Could be coaching your son, coaching your daughter, going to a Sacramento Kings game. What is it about those things? Or just getting fresh air? What activities, and be honest with yourself, not what your mom thinks, not what your kids think, not what your spouse thinks, not what your coworkers or friends think. What activities make you feel most alive and fulfilled? Write that down. What do people naturally come to you for help with? Are they asking you for advice? Are they saying, hey, you're really good at being an electrician and doing some things around the house? What do people come to you for? And don't be shy. Be proudful. What are those things? What have you felt a deep sense of joy and purpose in life? I know it's there. What has made you feel purposeful and joyful? Could be volunteering at church. It could be volunteering at your school. It could be a mentor for somebody. It could be a coach for somebody. What is it about you that gives you joy and purpose? What are the skills or talents that you effortlessly give to others that you don't struggle with, but maybe somebody else does? What did you love to do as a child and that the world told you that you should not do? It's really something to think about. When you serve others, because I know you do, and it could be picking up a neighbor's child for them, bringing them home so that your neighbor can stay longer at work, or maybe dropping off a meal to somebody. What service do you do to others that brings you joy? What kind of work or activities makes you lose track of time? So, a very good friend of mine who I adore and respect, and I don't even talk to her that much, and I think of her often, is she loves to write and she loves to read. So, she can do that all day long and wake up in the middle of the night, or not wake up, but it could be the middle of the night. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's already 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. What activity gets you that you so lose track of time? That's really cool. That's a big aha. And you guys share these things too if you'd like. I would so appreciate it because let's make a difference in somebody else's life. If I can do something for the rest, if you can do something for the rest of your life without worrying about money, and somebody who's listening to this that I know who's listening to this right now, if you can do something for the rest of your life and money is no object, what would it be? Truly, what would it be? Think about that. I would love to hear about it. All right, you guys. So, those are questions to ask to uncover your God given gifts. All right. So, now we're going to go to questions to identify what is blocking you. And I will tell you, it's really interesting, and everybody's in their own journey and their way of life and their roller coaster ride. Though I was able to identify the gifts before and know what they are, but what I really couldn't identify what was blocking me from my purpose. I kind of thought maybe, and I realized back in my 20s, and I've shared my personal stories with you, that was part of blocking me. And then as I became a mom and had my careers, there were so many outside distractions that still blocked me for really living my purpose with the God-given skills that I have. And so I always knew what those were because I really liked them. Though I didn't like myself in some things that I really had to and still grow through. All right. So I hope you took that list of some of those questions to find out what your gifts are, and you already may know them, but these are questions to identify what is blocking you from your purpose. Number one, what are you constantly trying to control in your life and why? So I will share with you, and for those of you who have listened, I was always trying to control my body image. And because I was so absorbed in having this perfect body, which is not ever going to happen, that because of my thoughts in my head of saying, if I don't have a perfect body, then I am not going to I'm not going to be able to do the show. For example, I feel like this always had to be perfect in order for me to do, let's say, this show. I still struggle with those body images. I'm just going to be upfront. So that is why I use the tools and resources to know that I am worthy. I'm worthy of being loved, and I'm worthy of giving love. So really, what was I trying to control in my life? And that was my body image, which is so silly to other people. I know that. Or people say, oh, Jill, that's so silly. You look great. It's what's in here. All right, you guys? What do you believe that you must achieve before you feel worthy of stepping into your purpose? Okay, I just described that. I felt like I had to achieve a perfect body, um, which is so crazy. I felt like I had to achieve it in order to be really good at real estate. I had to achieve it before I did this Get Real with Jill show. One of the other things that I will tell you and just be open and upfront, I always felt like, oh, I have to have a perfect body. I have to look perfect in order for me to date somebody. And that is one of my biggest growth challenges right now. So as we're doing this exercise, that is I'm trying to manifest myself out there with God's help, knowing that he is opening up doors for me that I have shut myself, because God did not create Adam without Eve. So I know there is an Adam out there for me, but this battlefield of my mind of perfection has really prevented me from being purposeful in dating. I'm just telling you, that's what's real. This is the Get Real with Jill show. So I'm hoping this makes a difference for you guys out there, because I'm just being very vulnerable and telling you the things that I share and go through. All right, the next question to identify what might be blocking you for your purpose is, are you using busyness as a distraction from something deeper that you really don't want to face? And I can tell you, my besties, I can even, that's going to be their answer for themselves. They can answer probably for me on certain things, and I can answer for them. So, what are you have your purpose out here. You really want to maybe not face something. So you're just creating a 2-page to-do list of tasks because you don't want to face something. What is that you don't want to face, and you're creating your busyness of the day to hold you back? And remember, God did not create your soul for you to have a task list. God created you for his purpose and all he wants. And remember what Jeremiah says. I want to find the Jeremiah one because I really want this to resonate with you guys. For again, I'm going to repeat this. For I know the plans I have for you. This is from God. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope. Now, do you really think I was listening to God with that? When I'm putting my body image, who he created me, and I should be thanking him, but no, I'm putting in my own distractions for that. So remember that with Jeremiah, because God has so much goodness, and I blocked it, and I distracted so many things with my to-do list, and I did not date because oh, I got to get my son, I got to be the mom for high school. Oh, my son's in college. I just have to work, work, work because I'm going to help pay for his college. So I always had excuses, because really it was body image that I did not want to face and feeling worthy of being loved. And I know that's so wrong. And I know you guys are going, what the heck? But you guys, again, I'm just being real. And if you guys have any questions, hey, George, would love for you to share your story too. Thank you so much, George, for joining. What emotions did you try to suppress by staying busy, focusing on appearance, or seeking external validation? Okay, I know those were things for me. Is there something that you fear people will see or judge you if you fully step into your purpose? I will tell you, there are people that are going to take this show and go, oh my gosh, that girl who's on that Get Real with Jill I can't believe she even does something like that. I mean, especially with social media, my gosh, people do something and they are so judged. My judge is my creator. And if people don't like this show, it's okay. I would love it that people just view it, and I hope to make a difference in somebody's life. But if that doesn't happen, that's okay. I just want to let you know, do not let your circle, your outside circle prevent you from moving forward with your purpose. So many times that happens. One person can make a statement and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. I'm not supposed to do that. please, that's why that 15 minutes a day is between you and God as far as what is your purpose for you. Do not fear those people. Do not compare. Comparing is a sin because God didn't create you to compare that other person he created you for. He created you for you. And I mean, some people compare about, oh my gosh, my neighbor, they have the best yard. Or, wow, that mom, she's amazing. She's at every field trip. She's cooking all the baking stuff. She works 40 hours a week. And then I see her in the classrooms. She's a taxi cab, or he's a taxi cab for all his kids. You guys, stop comparing. That is really, that takes time, that takes energy, and that is renting space in your head. You don't have any space to rent in your head unless it's for you and a purpose and to create clarity and breathe. Do not compare. If you want to look at somebody that can be a mentor or a coach that can guide you to be more purposeful you, that is great. But comparing to others is so not good. It's just an icky distraction. Have you confused your identity with your achievements? That's interesting, with your body, your success, or possessions, because that really can be clouded, honestly. So let's say I have that perfect body. If I have that perfect body, I will tell you, I still probably won't feel worthy of love. All right, well, that's really stupid because those are not even the two same things. So, or if you're like, well, I have my car, I got a great bank account, I drive a Ferrari, I'm going to buy another car, I have this. Are you allowing money to identify your success, or are you allowing your success of being purposeful to be your identity? So those are really kind of things to think about too. And then what are you addicted to that gives you a temporary sense of control, but ultimately keeps you feeling empty? All right, that's a big one. And I'm going to take something that's huge in our society right now, and that is alcohol. And it became such a prevalent thing during 2020. So I feel like our whole society is around alcohol. So how many of you have taken an addiction? It could be alcohol. Are you saying, oh, I'm just going to drink one drink tonight, and then you're drinking two or three? An addiction is also the mindset of, I have to have a perfect body. An addiction can also be, oh, I have to shop, shop, shop. Are there things that you are doing that is distracting you and really from really becoming and seeking who you are yourself because you're covering up? And I know even with alcohol, because it's such a big deal in our society today, that people will say, even today, like regular, just they're not alcoholics, but they go home and they're like, oh, I just need a glass of wine while I'm cooking dinner, or let's just go have a happy hour drink or two. And then how does that make you feel the next day? Think about that. A lot of times people will drink and the next day they can't take those 15 minutes to have some God time. They can't go running. They're not eating healthy. And then mentally, it's a depression. So I want you to think about, are there any addictions? And it could be your own mindset. It doesn't have to be an action of alcohol or drugs or shopping. It could be in your own mind that you're addicted to the battlefield of the mind that's preventing you from moving forward for your purpose. So I've really kind of identified some questions that I'm hoping that these are self-discovery questions for your purpose. And you may already have that. And I want you to then ask yourself, why are you not doing that? And what are these? These are just actions to execute some tools that can help you get to that next step. So I really hope you guys take this seriously for yourself, if not for your family, for your kids, because this is something that maybe you have somebody at school. It could be somebody in 3rd grade to 5th grade to 10th grade that you know. How many of you have kids that you see a whole different purpose for them that they don't see? So I'm going to tell you about my son Kyle. My son Kyle is going to be an electrician. and he is going to be great at it because he is excited about his career. He loves being an electrician. He is in the apprenticeship program. But I also see something else in him, and a lot of my friends do. And what I see, it's not just his career as an electrician. I see his heart. How many of you see your kids doing something but really know their heart, that they don't see it, and that you know there's even a bigger purpose? So with my son Kyle, I really believe he could be a pastor. That may sound something funny to you guys, but his love for God, his empathy for people, how he can walk in other people's shoes and feel their pain and want to guide them. And people get attracted to him in a way because they feel secure, they feel love, they feel seen. He has that in his heart. So I feel like he is living the purposeful life of a career that God has given him. He went to college, not to be an electrician. He went to a Christian college. He did not go to be an electrician. He did real estate for years, did not like real estate whatsoever. He found his passion for his career. Though his heart, he really has had an empathetic heart for people, and liking them for who they are, not for what people want them to be. So I really do believe that there is another calling for Kyle. I really believe that. So I'm challenging you as parents out there. I don't care if your kid is an adult like mine. I don't care if they're 40 or 50 or if they're 10. You know about your child. You know their God-given gifts. What are you going to do today to help them get there versus you telling them? Maybe ask them some of these questions from the Get Real with Jill show. Give it this an exercise. This would be fun as a family too, because you guys, there's so much going on with social media. Your kids hang out with all their friends so many times. What can you do as a family maybe to take some time to have ask yourself some questions? And maybe these are questions too that you should be asking yourself about your children, to pull these things out and be a good mentor, be a good for your kids, and a good example too. All right, you guys. So here's some resources that really made a difference in my life over these last years. No matter where you are, life is a roller coaster ride. My son Kyle, he's engaged to beautiful, what I call her amazing Alyssa, and they just bought a house. They're going to get married. This is the time of their life, and God is in their life, God, and willing that they are going to be present with God, because this is going to be a roller coaster ride. They don't know the challenges they are going to face, though. Are they going to be prepared for those challenges together? All right, so this is a roller coaster world. So here's books for a purposeful life that I want to share with you. The Book of Joy. And a lot of people out there who are listening, I had previously talked about the Book of Joy, Lasting Happiness in a Changing World. This is a great book with the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu. And he passed away, I believe, a year and a half ago, not the Dalai Lama. But to get these two amazing people together, please, you guys, you can get the book on Amazon. It's a deep conversation on how to find lasting joy despite life struggles. Keep that book on hand. I listen to it, but I really should have a hard copy. I'm such an Audible person because I run, and I can run forever listening to those too. That was something that I lost track of time running because I was listening to that book. Then Worthy by Jamie Kern Lima. That really brought me from one step to a huge step of worthiness. And that's a book about self-worth and breaking free from limiting beliefs and stepping into your purpose. Her book completely really changed my mind. And then here's some podcasts, and then a Battlefield of the Mind with Joyce Meyer, and she even has a workbook with it. Just a couple of books, you guys, to you can get on Amazon. And then if you have some books that you think that would be great for other people to read, please send those out. And here's some podcasts for growth and motivation. The Jamie Kern Lima show, and she's just so energetic, and she really talks about value and self-worth, and she's very vulnerable in the show as well. The Ed Milet show, love, love, love Ed Milet. His, oh my gosh, I pretty much try and listen to him every single day. And he talks about the power of one more, and get his book, but listen to his podcast, get his book. And I'm super excited because I'm going on a trip next month, and I will see Ed Milet in person. Super excited about that. And then Mel Robbins, she's a hoot. So many of my friends listen to her, and that's great for conversations that we have amongst ourselves. And she's really clear on how to break out of cycles. So Jamie about being worthy. The Ed Milet show is about high performance and really focusing on that one more and just personal growth. And then Mel is how to break free of these cycles. I'm having a big birthday this year, and I'm still in these cycles, but that is my choice. And I want to choose to get out of them. And so that's why I'm doing this podcast. That's why I'm using these resources and tools and asking those questions that I asked you today. I'm also asking myself those questions too. So don't think I don't do these exercises. I do, because I want to be a better me to live God's purpose, to be better for people that are in my world or people that I meet, because I want to make a difference. All right, so you guys, so I dare you, and I want to dare your family to take some of and Michelle, my sister, maybe dare your husband. Maybe dare him to watch this, because I love Uncle John. To take some of these small steps starting today. You guys, they're small. First is tomorrow's 15 minutes. Take 15 minutes of your life tomorrow. Because it's important to live God's purpose and the roller coaster ride that He has given us. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but He wants not to harm us, but to be purposeful for us. All right, you guys, so I appreciate you. Thank you so much for listening to the Get Real with Jill show. This was part 2. If you missed it, you can watch part 1 on my Spotify podcast. So please, please, please subscribe. And I really ask you to send this over to other people to subscribe. And you can also see this on YouTube. Please follow me on Instagram, here on Facebook. I would so appreciate it, because I want to make sure this show, Get Real with Jill, is making a difference for you. And as I am approaching the 5th year anniversary in April, I am really investing in time. I'm investing money. I'm investing in myself so that I can be different for you. And I'm going to have so many different guests, so that are really, that you guys don't even know, that live in our community and just bring so much joy and changes in our community that you're not even aware. If you have a guest that you'd like to see on the show, if you want to be on the show, if you have a specific topic that you want to see, please, 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 please let me know. DM me, call me at 916-765-5488. I pick up my phone. I would love to hear from you. So, all right, you guys. So we are going to be shifting from the to-do list, right, to a purposeful list. So I challenge you, please start today to do that. Today, you're going to go to bed 15 minutes earlier, and you are going to wake up 15 minutes earlier. And here's what you're going to wake up to. And this is my 3rd time I'm going to say this. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, and plans to give you future and a hope. All right, you guys, thank you so much. And remember, one other challenge I have for you is perform an act of kindness today. You never know what somebody is going through. You might be going through something as well. So walk with purpose, be kind, and I promise you, this is your challenge today. One smile, your smile can make a difference in somebody else's life, and their smile back at you can make a difference in your life. I so promise you that. And you will feel so good, and your heart will feel so good. Even if you're not feeling good today, your smile, I promise, will make a difference in somebody's life. All right, you guys, thank you for joining Get Real with Jill, and I will see you next week.